Hello, well it's Nikki G. So I'm here with the oil that I'm using this week. If you can see by my face, hormones are coming. Always get a monthly. This area is hormones monthly. So Clary Sage is my saviour. I love Clary Sage. It doesn't stop me getting a spot, but if I used it every day leading up to that period, maybe it would. Clary Sage is an amazing hormone balancer, okay? So it's an oil that can make you feel very euphoric. It's got very good antidepressant properties. It also has quite strong sedative qualities as well. So if you're drinking alcohol and you're wearing Clary Sage, say like as a perfume, or if you're using it for a few days due to hormones, probably not a good idea to drive. It does say that you shouldn't drive if you've been drinking alcohol and you're using Clary Sage, because it can have that sedative effect. Okay, so always check contraindications with any oils that you use, because I want to be able to use these amazing oils safely. So, okay, so I know time in the month is on its way. My hormones have just started to kick off, and that's my sign. So I use this neat. It can have skin sensitivity. So on the safe side, if you know you have sensitive skin, I just mix it with a few drops of oil on my hand, and I'll show you where I put it. So I use it neat because my skin's not sensitive to this specific oil. So just 1 drop, 2 drops max of it together. So it's great for menopause. It's great for hormones, regulating hormones. So obviously at that time of the month we dip or we peak in progesterone or estrogen. So just to balance that out, I have really good 10 good sniffs, okay? And then I would rub it all like at the back of my neck. And because that's close to your nose, you can smell it, okay? So, as well as being good for hormones, it's also really, really good for anxiety. So, I watch a lot of Dr. Axe. If you don't know who Dr. Axe is, you need to check him out on YouTube. He's like an essential oil expert. And he says there's scientific research, and I've seen some articles that he's written saying that Clary Sage can reduce cortisol in the body by 33%. So even if it's not time of the month, if I'm feeling anxious, if I've had a really busy morning, usually I get quite anxious around my monthlies, so that's when I would definitely be using this 3-4 days before, during. But like with any oil, I don't use an oil every day for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Moderation, I think, really is the key to keep yourself safe and to also not get oversensitized to any specific oil. I like to change up quite a lot. And I always have a couple of days in the week where I don't use any oil whatsoever. All right? We never want to overload. It's like everything. Even good stuff can tip the balance and start going against you a little bit. So just use everything in moderation, okay? So now I know that time's coming. I'll definitely be using this for the next 3-4 days, and then I'll break, okay? DoTERRA, the company I use, makes amazing unadulterated oils, okay? I absolutely adore them. They do this Clary Calm. So this is pre-blended for you. You would just rub it wherever you want to rub it. Always make sure you smell it first. You put it around. So actually, this is an old bottle. And that doesn't smell right. So just be aware, smell your oils before you use them, because sometimes they can have a short shelf life. Like grapefruit doesn't have a very good shelf life. Some of them do, some of them don't. But if you've got an oil, if you've not used it for a year, you should smell it first. If it doesn't smell right, that's actually been empty, so that's okay. I'm not going to be using it. But Clary Calm is beautiful. It's got lots of different ones in that would support hormones. Bergamot, chamomile, cedarwood, ylang-ylang, geranium, fennel, lavender. Okay, so that's one that's pre-done for you. It's really nice to stick it in your handbag. One that I made myself, that's just these little roller balls that I get. There's a UK aroma company aroma essential oil company that provide these bottles, otherwise Amazon. So I get about 20 roller balls. I think they cost about £8, so they're cheap. So this one here I've done for myself. It's got Clary Sage, it's got geranium, and it's got cedarwood. Okay, so Clary Sage is a top note oil, geranium is a middle note, and cedarwood is a base note. So when you're blending a top note and a base note, you would just put less amount of drops. So the Clary Sage has probably got about 4 drops, the cedarwood's probably got about 4, and the geranium's got about 6. Okay, or you can moderate, put 2, 4 and 2. But the top notes and the bottom notes are usually stronger, more overpowering in smell. So just to make it not so overpowering. If you don't like the smell of an oil, it's not going to therapeutically help you for whatever you want to use. It's really important to actually like the smell. So if Clary Sage doesn't work, try geranium. There's always a few different oils you can use for what it is that you want to support the body. Okay? Don't use it if you're pregnant, or just check first that you can use it. Always check contraindications. Might be sensitive for your skin, so again, always try it out. But Clary Sage is an absolute go-to in my essential oil box. Okay, namaste, Nikki G.